Touch her again, and I swear I will knock the billionaire right out of you. That is what I said out loud, in a ballroom full of old money and rented morals. And the moment it left my mouth, I knew my life was going to break in half, not because I was lying, but because I finally aimed the truth at a man everyone else had agreed to worship. If you have ever worn a name tag and felt people look straight through you, you know the kind of night I am talking about. I am Jordan Cole, 31, black single mom, 9 years serving at the Meridian Crown Hotel in Harborview, stacking double shifts so my daughter Lila could breathe easy and my rent would not bounce, swallowing a lot of disrespect, because that was the cost of stability. I knew those ballrooms like the back of my hand. Which senator drank too much, which donor snapped their fingers, which influencer smiled for photos and treated us like furniture. And up top was Gavin Mercer, tech golden boy, the charity darling, with rehearsed humility and the kind of money that bends a room without saying a word. His wife Elise stood beside him that night, 7 months pregnant in a pale blue dress, one hand on her belly, like a habit smiling for cameras, with eyes that never quite settled. People like me notice those things. It happened in a heartbeat. Elise reached to refill his wine, the bottle slipped a little. A red streak hit his perfect white shirt, and the laughter at their table shut off like a switch. Gavin looked down, then up, and the polished smile just dropped. "You cannot do anything right," he hissed low enough he thought only she would hear, and as she whispered, "I am sorry," his hand came across her face so loud the chandeliers might as well have rattled. Her head snapped, her pearls broke beads, bounced across the floor, and 100 powerful people did exactly what they are trained to do. They froze, they looked away, they decided it was not their business. That rule has kept men like him safe forever. You do not interfere with money. I forgot the rule. I set my tray down, my feet moved before my fear did, and I heard myself say, "Touch her again, and I swear I will knock the billionaire right out of you." The whole ballroom turned like a single head. Gavin stared at me, looked me over. Black tired apron, cheap shoes, and gave this little cold laugh. "What did you just say?" he asked. "You heard me?" I said, voice steadier than my hands. "She is pregnant, you do not put your hands on her." His jaw clenched. "You think you can talk to me like that?" He leaned in. "You are a server. You pour, you smile, you walk away. That is your job." Everyone waited for me to fold so they could all relax and pretend they had seen nothing. I said, "My job is not to stand still while a man hits his wife." That was it. He stepped closer, dropped his voice. "You really think anyone here is going to believe you?" He said, "A black waitress going after me." My heart was going crazy, but I did not move. "I do not need them to believe," I told him. "I just need them to see." Then he shoved me hard. I crashed into the table, glass shattered into my arm, and suddenly people gasped, not for Elise, but for the mess. "You are done," Gavin snapped, flicking his hand like I was a fly. "Get her out." My manager Lennox rushed over, face tight. "Jordan, that is unacceptable." He snapped, eyes only on me. "We do not harass guests. Hand me your badge." I said, "He hit her, he pushed me, look at her." He would not. Security came, doing that sorry but not that sorry expression, walked me out, while guests whispered that I was lucky not to be arrested. As the doors closed, Elise and I locked eyes for half a second. Fear, shame, and a tiny flash of thank you. Then I was outside in the Harborview cold, bleeding through my sleeve, unemployed. On that sidewalk, with music thumping faint behind me like the building itself was pretending I had 2 options, swallow it or say it. My hands were shaking when I pulled out my phone, flipped the camera, hit record. My name is Jordan Cole. I said I worked at the Meridian Crown. Tonight I watched Gavin Mercer slap his pregnant wife in front of everyone. When I stepped in, he put his hands on me and they fired me. I am tired of acting like we do not see what we see. I saved it, did not post. Not yet. By morning, feeds were full of gala photos. Gavin with a giant check, Elise glowing captions about leadership. HR ignored my calls. Marcus. Our line cook finally texted, saw the security footage, they wiped it. Even backups. Then be careful. Then nothing. A blocked number messaged, you do not want to make trouble for yourself. Yeah, that happened. That night, sitting at my chipped kitchen table, Lila asleep behind a thin wall, I realized if they could wipe cameras that fast, my voice was all I had left. I remembered an independent reporter, Nina Brooks, who had a reputation for not flinching around rich names. So I wrote, I was at the Mercer Gala, I saw him hit her. They erased the footage, I have my story. Will you listen? 20 minutes later, tomorrow, 9 a.m., come alone. In her tiny studio above a laundromat, I told her everything straight through, no drama needed. When I finished, she just said, they think deleting files deletes the truth. Let us test that. We released an audio interview first, my face blurred. No names, just a server describing what happened. Internet split in half. Some people swore I was lying. Others who had worked in hotels said, this is exactly how they protect guys like that. Then someone leaked a shaky clip from behind a column. Elise going down me, stepping in security, dragging me away. Still no sound, but enough to crack the shine off his brand. His PR team answered with that classic statement about mischaracterizations and respecting privacy, the kind of thing that sounds like a denial if you do not listen closely. A couple nights later, another envelope under my door. No name, just a hospital, a room number, a time, and do not tell anyone. It felt like bait. My gut said go. Elise was there in that bed, bruises, blooming hands on her stomach. You came, she whispered. You were the only one who said anything. From the drawer, she pulled a small flash drive. A friend in IT saved this before they wiped the system. Ballroom, hallway, after they took you out. Use it. On that drive, clear as day, Gavin hitting her. Gavin shoving me, Gavin punching her in the hallway while she tried to protect her child. When Nina and a civil rights attorney, Daniel, checked it offline and confirmed it was real, that was our turning point. They thought they had erased the night. His own security cameras proved otherwise. So we stopped playing safe. We dropped the ballroom video with my name followed with the hallway footage, then released my full, unblurred interview. The story blew up. Sponsors froze partnerships with Mercer. Protesters showed up outside the hotel. The state attorney general opened an investigation. Then came the offer. A thick envelope. Careful language. Ms. Cole, we are prepared to offer you $1.8 million in exchange for a confidential resolution and no admission of wrongdoing. I sat there staring at it, thinking about late fees and cheap groceries and nights counting tips in the dark. Daniel said, "This is hush money. They know they are cornered." Nina said, "If you take this, every worker watching learns that the truth is just another thing rich men can buy." I am not going to pretend it was easy. That money would have fixed a lot. But I kept seeing Elise on that marble floor, kept hearing my own voice on that sidewalk. So I took the letter on camera, read it line by line, and said, I was offered money to pretend this never happened. I am not interested in silence you can spend. That was the twist they did not see coming. After that, they went dirty. Tabloids dug up a stupid mistake from when I was 16, called me angry, unstable, a liar. They dragged Lila's name into it. That burned. But another reporter laid out the whole story with receipts. Elise signed a statement backing me up, and their smear campaign started to look desperate. We filed our lawsuit. Walking into that courthouse on day one felt like walking into a mouthful of teeth. Cameras everywhere. Signs with my name. Inside, Judge Ramirez watched like she had heard every trick before. They played the footage on a big screen, no edits. The slap, the shove, the hallway. Jurors flinched. Elise testified and said, "Yes, he hit me. Jordan is telling the truth." Their lawyer tried the "she was emotional and confused" angle, and Elise shut it down. When I took the stand, they asked if I was doing all this for money, fame, revenge. I said, "I already lost my job, my safety, my privacy. I am here so the next woman does not get steamrolled in the dark." At one point, Gavin muttered, "You ruined my life." I told him, "No, you did that. I just stopped helping you hide it." The jury believed their eyes. They ruled in my favor on wrongful termination. Assault, emotional distress, awarded damages that actually meant something, and a few days later, his own board showed him the door. Outside on the steps, someone shouted, "Do you forgive him?" "People love that neat little bow." I said, "No, forgiveness is not automatic. It is earned. He has not tried." That answer made more people mad than anything else I said. Good. Because here is what I want you to really think about while you are watching this. If telling the truth means risking your income, your safety, your kids' peace, plus strangers, digging through your worst days, how many people do you think stay quiet? How many Elises never hand over the drive? How many Jordans decide silence feels safer? My life now is smaller and freer. I manage a diner a few blocks from home. I do not let anyone snap at my staff if they try. I am there with that look that says, "Not in this building." With Nina and Daniel, we started a fund to help service workers who get punished for speaking up. Elise helps. Lila knows why my name was on TV, and she still believes me when I tell her the truth matters more than comfort. I am not asking you to make me a hero. I am asking you to pick a side. So tell me in the comments, was I wrong to step in? Should I have taken the money and disappeared? Do we protect powerful men too much? Have you ever watched something ugly get swept under a fancy rug at work, at church, in your own family? Share what you have seen. If you feel safe, push back. If you disagree, hit like. If you believe truth should not just belong to people with lawyers, send this to someone who still thinks looking away is neutral. It is not. It is a choice. And one day it will be yours too.